Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, October 12th. And you can see temperatures pretty mild out there, anywhere from the low to the upper 50s. We got a south-southwest wind, and that's bringing that warm air out ahead of a cold front. That's going to bring a change to our weather pattern in the form of cooler temperatures here beginning tomorrow. And I expect that we'll see a slight chance of showers with the front. I think most of the MAC area will be dry. Will not pick up any precipitation from this cold front. What we will have is a spoke or a trough of low pressure that'll pivot around the area for tonight into Tuesday. Combine that with cold air coming over the warmer waters, and that could bring some rain showers to the lake effect areas, mainly across northern and northwest Michigan, back into the UP, and across southwest lower Michigan. So it is a pretty chilly air, and the lakes are still quite warm, and that'll be the biggest cause of the clouds or sprinkles that we might see here across the central and eastern part of the area. But again, for the most part, I think we'll stay pretty dry for this system. Our next good chance of rain, I think, comes later Thursday into Friday, as a strong system with a strong cold front could bring our first freeze to the area here either Saturday or Sunday morning. Right now, it's still debatable on the winds and the sky conditions, but there is a chance we could have a killing freeze across the area as we get into the weekend. If we look at the Great Lakes on a whole, you can see the low-level wind flow out of the south across all lower Michigan, but you can see where that cold front is as the winds shift around to the west and then eventually to the north and northwest, and that cool air comes in at that point. You can see on the low-level winds where the warm air coming out of the south is across Michigan. And you can see back here where that cold front has moved through, the wind shift to the west and then to the northwest. The low, you can see a little more circulation. It's actually above Minnesota, and by later today, that'll be moving off to the northeast and dragging that cold front through the area. You can see on the weather map again by 1 p.m. today, that cold front will be dissecting the lower Michigan area. And again, as the winds shift around to the west, we should see temperatures fall by late afternoon. And if we look at the weather map for tomorrow, you can see that trough of low pressure hanging back behind it's going to bring some of that northwest winds, giving some of the area some lake effect showers. Again, not much in the way of precipitation, mainly just a chance. And for most of the MAC area, it looks like we'll be fairly dry, if not completely dry. If we look at the precipitation over the next 7 days, you can see from central Michigan on north into the UP, quite a bit more rain is expected. Again, that'll be with the system for late Thursday into Friday, and cold air comes in behind that. And if we look at the next forecast map, you can see by Friday morning that low pressure system will be across northeast Lake Huron with a strong cold front that will have moved through. High pressure will be coming in from the west, and the winds around the low and the high, bringing that air right out of northern Canada. And again, as this high moves closer as we get in towards Saturday morning, that's when I think our winds could go fairly calm. We could have clear skies, and if that does happen, look for a hard frost or maybe a killing freeze across at least parts of the area, and it's something we'll keep monitoring over the next couple of days. As far as the longer range, you can see that it's trying to make this a pretty progressive system, and looking at this morning's European models, they're in an agreement fairly reasonable with the GFS, as that this pattern will be kind of transient. So after this cold system moves out of the area, we'll begin to warm up in the mid to late part of the 6 to 10 day outlook. And then for the 8 to 14 day outlook, you can see more warmth across much of the U.S. So we're going to have some more nice weather. It looks, however, precipitation looks like it may be a little bit on the wet side, especially once we get into the 8 to 14 day outlook, and not so much here in the 6 to 10. So fairly dry pattern once we get past that system again for Thursday, Friday. So we should have more decent weather for harvest, it looks like next week, later next week as well. So right now it looks like a pretty favorable pattern. It looks like another nice day today before we get cooler. And then again, most of the moisture will be towards the end of the week. So much of this week we should see decent harvest conditions. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.